Yes, and it feels like that flu kind of weather, right? Where everyone's getting sick, and you definitely need the heaters on. You definitely need your warmest winter coat you can find. People are laughing, oh, it's not that cold in LA. No, it really is. We are looking live. Isn't this beautiful? The snow-capped mountains out there. And for skiers and boarders worried about the snow melting, it is not going to be melting anytime soon. Wait till you see some of these overnight lows tonight and getting even colder tomorrow night. All right, look at our current temperatures. 23 in Wrightwood, 44 in Pasadena, 47 in Van Nuys. It is 39 degrees now in Valencia, 39 degrees at this hour in Temecula. And those temperatures are going to continue to drop. That's why we've got numerous watches and warnings, including that freeze warning in effect for the interior valleys of Ventura County. We're looking at Corona, Moreno Valley, and also Riverside, where temperatures will get down into the mid-20s tonight. Freeze watches go into effect after that, and that will take us through Sunday. So again, tonight, tomorrow night, coldest nights of the season so far. Wind advisories will stay in effect through 6 a.m. This includes LA and Ventura counties. Gusts still could get up to around 45 miles an hour. And these are northerly winds, which will eventually start to shift, and that will eventually warm us up by next week, which is great news. Coastal flood advisories, high surf advisories now just for Orange County. That will stick around through tomorrow. All right, let's talk about lows. We'll start with downtown. Overnight low 37 degrees, 36 Long Beach, Oxnard 30, 42 in Newport Beach, Northridge 28 for the overnight low tonight, 32 in Pasadena, 31 in Riverside, 4 degrees for the low in Big Bear, 15 in Lancaster, 22 in Apple Valley. So overall, these overnight lows are running about 11 degrees below where they should be. So again, freeze warnings and frost advisories in effect. Still gusty out there, so wind advisory still in effect for the mountains and valleys of LA and Ventura counties. Lancaster up to around 14 miles an hour, 15 in Santa Clarita, 16 in Burbank, 17 there in Oxnard. Daytime highs today only made it to 55 degrees. So that cold air mass is in place, that big trough of low pressure that moved in, bringing us the snow and some scattered light showers. Again, that will stay in place for the weekend. Next week, a ridge of high pressure builds in, and we switch those winds to the northeast. So Santa Ana winds, which we love, which will be warming us up. Thank goodness. We have some 60s and even 70s in the forecast, which is going to feel more like 80s after what we're going to go through this weekend with the extremely cold temperatures. All right, let's get right to that extended forecast, starting with, of course, Saturday, where highs in the couple, 1 or 2 degrees warmer in some areas, but overall still chilly. So the next 3 days, very chilly. Tuesday, we start to rebound, and look what happens by Wednesday. 70 degrees in the valleys, 65 at the coast, and I looked ahead Thursday, Friday, even warmer than that. So there is some relief in sight, but we've got a very cold weekend to get through. Paul, Pat, back to you. Right, Paul and Pat, and getting even colder tonight, and then tomorrow night even colder than tonight. So not a lot to look forward to if you don't like this cold air. Right now, temperatures anywhere from 30s in Lancaster, 52 downtown, 40s in Van Nuys, 50 in Ontario. The winds are still gusty, especially in Ventura and LA counties, where wind advisories are still in effect. That will last through tomorrow. And then again, we've got the freeze watches and warnings that will stay in effect through the weekend. Take a look at the radar. No rain or snow right now, but there is still a possibility of even seeing some snowflakes once again along the Grapevine tonight, even though most of that moisture has moved off. We'll talk more about these latest warnings and watches and when we'll finally warm up coming up at 6. Back to you.
For us. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Rick. Well, I guess I'm the bearer of bad news because it will not break until next week. In fact, temperatures this weekend only getting colder. So the cold air mass is here to stay for now. Take a look at our current temperatures. 30s in Lancaster, 40s in Ontario, 52 degrees downtown. We have a number of warnings and advisories from this cold air. So we'll start with the freeze warning, of course, for the interior valleys of Ventura County. And then we're also looking at Riverside, San Bernardino, Corona under that freeze warning where temperatures will get down into the mid-20s. After that, freeze watches go into effect, and that will take us through Sunday because tonight tonight into tomorrow night will be the coldest of the season so far. I'll have more on that, and then we will talk about the eventual warm-up headed our way coming up in just a bit. Rick, back to you.
All right.